ladies.
Hi.
Hey, how's your day?
I loved today because the weather was just
The rain, the hail. Well, I got some news right before we hopped on. Huz had to call the cops on people in his parking lot. He saw somebody getting a BJ in their car.
Wait, Paul called the cops for someone getting a BJ? Let the man live.
Right. In his parking lot of his work. And he was like, oh, this is public indecency.
God.
Like my nerd. Okay.
It's hilarious.
But lady, I know there have been so many good things on TV. I've been wanting you guys to we all watch different things, but I was like, did you guys see? So I know Val saw the P. Diddy doc. We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Saw Stranger Things. We're not going to ruin it, but I know we want to talk about it. Did we like it? Did we love it? Did we hate it? Did you guys also watch? There's a doc called Evil Influencer. Tell me you watched it.
Let me Google it because it sounds super familiar. Right. That's not the one with the text messages, right? That's different.
The one with the text, I watched that too.
That one was crazy. Yeah, the evil influencer, I've seen that, but I haven't watched it.
Add it to your list. We'll save that for next time.
Okay, so how is that, was that as good as the texting one or, like, better, or what would you say?
Say, God, I mean, they're both so sick and twisted. Maybe more sad. Yeah.
Oh,
And that one I honestly kind of related to a little bit. So to give a quick overview, there's a woman on YouTube, something Frankie, Ruby Frankie, I think is her name. Was that what you Google?
yeah, it says Jody, Hildebrandt, and Ruby Frankie.
Yes. So Ruby Frankie is she's a YouTube star. Well, used to be. Her and her husband and their 8 kids, I think, or 6 kids. They had a whole channel. They were really big, like in the millions, in the 20s ish. She links up with this psychopath, quote unquote, life coach, Jody. And from there, her life just gets destroyed because she treats her children terribly. I'm not saying I relate to that part. I relate to the part about where basically Jody's whole thing is telling the husband to leave his family and not see them for months, years on end, because she like brainwashes the wife. And then it's just so that's the part where I was asking my husband, because we've had some parental alienation issues. I was like, and these are LDS people, by the way. I was like, is this the same group that maybe your ex was involved? And he recognized the name, you guys, the name of her company. His ex had him take the kids to a therapist with the same name company. So I don't know if it was a branch here in Arizona, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's what it's
Wait, did
like.
you say the name Jody?
Yeah, her name is like Jody Hillbrand or something.
Okay, hold up. Cause wait, now I'm getting confused. I was thinking maybe this was something different, but I did almost because I watched P. Diddy and then I started getting into a movie that I'll tell you guys in about in a sec. But I was like 2 seconds away from starting, and it had to do with the Mormon community. And I swear the woman's name was Jody, and she held someone hostage. Is that what we're talking about?
One, it's the
That's Evil
kids.
Influencer?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. No, that's next on my list because because I'm all into like the Mormon stuff and learning about it and all of that. So that was top of my list.
Told Paul, I was like, the Mormons seem to be into everything right now, boo. But yeah, so that one was kinda hard for us just because it just was a little too
You know what you
yeah.
and Paul should watch? I don't think it's on Netflix, I think it's on Hulu. So I watch, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and,
Yeah.
they're most of them are Mormon. 1 or 2 of them are no longer Mormon, but, like, they were, like, hardcore Mormons, and that's a whole whole 'nother thing, but basically, they did a, like, spin-off documentary of one of the main women. Her name is Heather Gay.
Oh, I've
Yes, I love her. She's amazing. She's literally my favorite one on, Salt Lake City Housewives, but they did a documentary about her and basically talking about the Mormon culture, all of the bad stuff about it, and then her, like, interviewing they're mostly men about them being, like, sexually assaulted and, like, all of these things. You should watch that with Paul. It was so interesting, and then they're dropping all these names that I feel like Paul's
wow.
familiar with. Sure.
Oh my god.
think it was like 3 or 4 episodes, but it was just, like, really deep in learning all of those things going on. I just was like,
And that's the okay, so Hulu, I just added it to my list, and
yeah,
that's the crazy part because, Paul, as a former Mormon, I'll say, it's not the church as a whole that's, like, promoting these things, according to him, I don't personally know, but it's the people, who are shaping and doing these things, and it's wild out there in Salt Lake City.
yeah.
So that was definitely a big one for me, but, Britt, did you see the P. Diddy one? I know Fal just finished it.
And sorry, you seen it?
Yes. Stream.
You wanna see it?
Action. It was number 1 forever.
It was, and like, obviously, I was expecting a lot having to do with, like, the all the different assault allegations and Cassie and, like, all of that, but it was crazy that there was 4 episodes, I think, and the first 3 episodes were just, like, his early life leading up to that, and there were so many things that happened that I was like, "What?" Starts talking about Biggie and Tupac, like, I'm a huge Biggie t I mean, I've always been, I don't even wanna get yelled at, all these listeners, but I've always been Biggie over Tupac. I love them both, I listened to them both throughout high school, love them both, but I always just I guess, did you guys ever see the movie, I think it was called Biggie, where they actually did a movie about Biggie? It was in the theaters and everything. This, I think, came
Yeah.
out in high school, but basically Biggie's son plays Biggie in the movie. So
Oh.
good, like, I know people probably say it's biased, obviously, because it's coming from, like, Biggie's point of view, his son's point of view, but it basically portrays that, Tupac basically, like, instigated the whole war. And on, I've always been, like, more of a Biggie fan, but it was crazy because, the documentary basically says that it was P. Diddy behind everything.
Uh-huh. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and and just hearing that, you're like, "Oh, yeah, whatever," but then it's like hearing all these people come clean and all of these recordings and everything that people that they say, "Nobody's heard this recording except for this documentary," or, "This recording's never been broadcasted, this interview's never been broadcasted until right now." So it's like we are finding all of these bombs that just changed the entire game of everything, and so that was, like, the biggest shocker for me was learning all of that. I'm still, like, mind blown.
Exactly. I had no idea, and I feel like I've loved P. Diddy for years, even though there have been some shady things more recently coming out. But I mean, I just learned a lot about him. I was like, I guess I really don't know who this man, and that's what even Dave Chappelle was saying. I guess I didn't really know who this man is.
Yeah, my girlfriend told me that his P. Diddy's son actually is coming out with a documentary. I think that's also gonna be on Netflix, showing his point of view, and apparently it's not supposed to
Here
be
we go.
completely biased, it's supposed to be kind of 50-50. But, basically, I guess the son saying, "Look, I acknowledge that he did all of these things, but also you guys don't know this behind those things." So, I don't know.
My excuses. We don't care about the I mean, I'll still watch it,
Yeah.
but these are just excuses. And I was wondering the whole show, like, how because basically P. Diddy has this camera following him around for the weeks leading up to his trial. And I'm like, how did he even fork over this information? And it turns out he never paid the camera crew.
Right.
So they were like, Netflix, you're making a docu. Here you go.
Uh-huh,
Well,
exactly.
50 Cent, really.
Yeah, 50 Cent.
Gotta it's just I am speechless. But apparently Cassie got like a 30 million payout or something, and she wasn't in the docu. I'm sure she had to sign something too.
Yeah, she did get some kind of payout, I forget how much, but
I didn't realize she was so young when they met.
yeah, and just I also didn't realize that she was the side chick to his wife. I didn't know that he was still married to Kim Porter the whole time that him and Cassie were together. And
Not about
finally
that.
Kim Porter was like deuces. But what I was hoping is that aren't they saying that he also has something to do with Kim Porter's death?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was hoping that the documentary would go into her dying and him behind that because I wanted to learn
Me
more
too.
about that.
Well, they're saying there might be a part 2 as well, just because it
Okay.
got so many views, but there was something else. Oh, the Kid Cudi part of it all. I was like, "Is that why he disappeared for a long time and then came back?"
Yeah. Well, I didn't know about the whole him going inside of his house, but I remember hearing that and they didn't talk about this in the documentary, but I remember hearing that P. Diddy lit Kid Cudi's car on fire, thinking that he was supposed to be in the car, and he wasn't
Uh-huh.
in the car.
Yeah, they skipped over that part.
Yeah, they skipped over that. I was surprised why, because 'cause I'm like, I remember that being a huge deal when that happened.
Oh my god, poor Kid Cudi. I love him. So that's crazy. If you guys haven't seen it, we're obviously not gonna I don't wanna ruin anything, but I just think most likely all these things you guys have seen, and it's just our take is we're just flabbergasted.
Yeah.
What else are you guys watching? I know Fallon is not really into Stranger Things. Yeah, have you ever seen it once?
No, I just am not really into, like, sci-fi, paranormal kinda stuff. It's just like
Okay. It's very sci. So I went to my chiropractor and he was like, "Honestly, I'm glad it ended." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "I stayed up late with my wife. We were watching it and then I fell asleep because it was so much talking in the season finale." And then he's like, "But I woke up the next morning and finished it." And I was so upset because the season finale is 2 hours, but the action is only 1 hour in. And then after that, it's just storyline. And I was like, I didn't even notice. I was crying the whole time and wiping my
what?
tears. Oh
That
my gosh. That's sad. All the kids are crying. You could tell that they're just like, this is the last show, we'll ever do
oh,
to
it's a wrap?
It's a wrap, girl.
Okay.
What did you think about season 5, Britt?
But it was okay. I think I was more hyped by, like, the internet with all their, like, theories and stuff, and I was like, "Hell yeah, if that happens, that's gonna be crazy, like, that would be so good," and they were like, the all the talk of, like, "Oh, the Duffer Brothers, they always do this and they always do that, it's gonna be so great, and this is gonna," and then it was not any of those things.
I
Like,
see.
I was like, "Wow, it could have been so good." It could have been like, I knew that they were gonna do a lot of drag outs, like, a long monologues, you know what I mean? I think it's hilarious, the memes of, like, the podcast of Max and Holly, like, meanwhile, Max and Holly are having a podcast just trying to run away from the bad guy. It's like
I
yeah, they
know.
really were. I was like
It
I, like, did,
was
like, 10 things around the house.
And my mom said she fast forwarded most of it. And I'm like, how are you even following along? Because they're going back and forth through times. But I guess I didn't see anything on social media. And so my expectations were, I had none. And I honestly forgot most of the previous season because I went back and looked. They only come out with a season every 2 years. So even though it's been like 8, 9 years for us, it's been 5, right, for them. So I'm like, no wonder I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I think the gaps make it difficult for me to stay connected to the characters too, and I didn't do, like, a rewatch like Mercedes, like, she rewatched all the other seasons first. And I was
Really?
like, "First of all, no, thank you, that's a long time."
Yeah, that's dedication.
Yeah, so this time I was like, I wasn't as connected to the characters as I was before, and then they did all those long drawouts, monologues, and I was like, "Okay, I'm connected again." Did I tear up a few times in the last episode? Yes. Was I, like, bawling? No.
Uh,
I did, like, jump out of my seat for a second, like, I don't know if this is a spoiler, and I could take it out if it is, but, like, when they fake you out about Steve, I was like, "Oh."
yeah.
I was like and I knew that they weren't because the Duffer Brothers already came out with a statement that said, "We're not doing anything like that. We're not killing anyone off like that."
I wonder
Yeah.
why they would ruin it like that.
I don't know why. They
Not a spoiler. Yeah.
I think they were like, "We're not that kind of show," or something like that. I was like, honestly, after the last episode, I was like, "Honestly, I would have rather you did. I would have rather you killed someone off to, like, evoke some sort of emotion in me."
Well, somebody died, just nobody we cared about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We were like, we just met you.
Yeah,
Oops.
like,
I guess we are doing spoilers this episode.
you didn't say.
Okay.
You didn't say who. Yeah, I just every which way they could have gone, and, like, even in the season, like, there's directions where I'm like, "Oh, they're probably going this direction with it." Oh, they're like, even, like, with Henry, like, in his storyline, and they just, like, start going into his story, and then it's just, like, dead end. Well, you know what I mean?
That was really weird. He just poof, no more, he's gone. What? That made no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, they woke Vecna or whatever, he went back into Vecna, and I was like, but they just, like, ended the story, like, boom, we're finally feeling a feeling for Henry for a second, and then they're like
He's
and then it's just like, "Just kidding, we have nothing else to say about that." And I was like,
very weird.
"This is strange."
And then I read one of my friends on Facebook today. Yes, we're millennials, so they're still doing like the captions or whatever. Your thoughts of the day. What is it called?
I don't know, I don't have Facebook anymore.
Barely use it, but Instagram started to do the same thing now, like share your thoughts or whatever.
Oh, on the
Mhm.
notes? Yeah.
Yeah, the notes. So his note was, he said, I think Stranger Things is trying to compete with Game of Thrones as having the worst series finale ever. And I was like, "Ugh, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I heard people like long-term fans were not happy."
Yeah, I think it's because shows like that, like, they're so good at first, and they really, like, really win. The storylines are so solid, the characters are so solid, and then they start to, like, I feel like and I don't know because I'm not a director, I'm not I don't write this stuff, but I'm like, I feel like then they scramble a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
how do we keep it together? How do we draw it out for this many seasons? Because we didn't really think that far or whatever, but I did hear that there's, spinoffs coming for Stranger
I
Things.
knew it. I had a feeling. I was like, they are not going to end this. This is going to remember Degrassi. Did you guys watch that show in high school?
No, with
Yeah.
Drake? Yes,
Yes, I
with
love
Drake.
Degrassi. They got rid of them once they got too old out of high school, and then they came out with Degrassi Next Generation and the new, just like they're doing with Housewives too, right? Housewives New York, I think, got a whole new cast.
Yeah, so they've been going through basically I think maybe 2 years ago, they got a brand new cast because the other cast was, like, one of the longest running casts. Like, it was, like, 30 seasons or something
Oh my
ridiculous.
god.
Yeah. So they finally got a brand new cast, and the cast, I think it was the last 2 years, and then it got canceled again, and then like, "Oh, we're getting another brand new cast," and it's like, "What?" So now at this point, I'm like but then they came out with, something NYC, I can't remember what it is, but basically it is like 4 or 5 kids of housewives that are on their own now, and they moved to New York and they're living there. And I'm obsessed with that show. It actually did so good. It was, like, one of the top shows on Peacock. Yeah,
Really?
killed it more than Real Housewives of New York, so everybody's like, "This is" you like, "Forget Real Housewives of New York, like, this is way better."
Wow.
Next Gen NYC.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called. It's done now, but they're gonna have another season coming on soon. But, yeah.
Have you seen Netflix tried, I think, started doing what I would say like their version of Housewives with something about Palm Beach. Like what's happening in Palm Beach?
Well, I just saw that yesterday, and I was watching it, and at first it was intriguing, and then I was like, "No." I watched the rest of the trailer, I was like, "Absolutely not." Like, not I wanna say, I'm like, those women are so old, but it's like I watch a lot of the housewife show I watch, they are older women, like, they've been on there, like, the OC, they've been on there that's the longest running Housewives, that was the very first season was Real
Oh, it what? Yeah.
and it still has, like, a couple of the people that were on. So it's like, it is a older but that Palm Beach I don't know, that Palm Beach, it just looks it
It does.
tried too hard, to be honest. I was like, "This is just not for me."
My podcast girl that I listen to, well, she's a comedian. She does a lot of the recaps of the Housewives and all those shows, and she's been doing it for like 10 years. And she was talking about it. She loves it. So she brought on the main gal from that show. So I'm kind of like, oh, you kind of know what's going on. And then when I saw the preview, I was like, whoa, this looks wild. But
Yeah.
Heather McDonald, she had a great idea. She was like, they should do like whatever the show is called, like what's happening in Palm Beach, they should have it in Scottsdale and they should have it in Vegas. And I was like, that's
Yeah.
right. Bring that shit to Scottsdale. Okay.
Yeah, and Vegas too. I always wondered why there wasn't one in Vegas, and they're just, like, living the bougie life in Vegas, but
Right. But that was pretty much, I think, all I've really, I mean, I'm sure I've seen a lot more TV, but I won't ruin anything else for the listeners just in case.
Well,
Anything else on your screen?
yeah, before I watched P. Diddy, I finally watched the newest season of Love is Blind, regular USA. You watched that, Brit, yeah, when it came out?
Yeah.
I love it, I loved it. And I don't wanna spoil anything for people who haven't watched it, but all I'll say is I was really shocked by, like, the ending in general.
Wait, remind me. Love is Blind is the one where they're talking to the person they don't know what they look like.
Mhm. Yeah.
Weird, but I guess it makes sense.
What part of the ending? Like the reunion?
Okay, so listen, people, if you haven't seen it, fast forward like 30 seconds. Because none of them ended up getting married. Was expecting all of them to walk away. And on top of it, it was all the females that said no to the men. And I was like, let's go, ladies.
Yeah, I was like, as they should, because none
Yeah.
of like, that to me again, like, I don't think the seasons are getting better. I really don't. That's the season that, our girlfriends, they know someone from that season.
Woo!
Jordan. Al and Val know Jordan, like, on they're friends with him. Jordan's the one with the tattoos, he marries what's her name? Well, he gets engaged.
I forget her name, but yeah, I know. Wait, so how do they know him?
I think they grew up together, they went to high school together, something like that.
He's from Yuma?
I was gonna say, he's come a long way.
Yes, come on.
Let me see
That's
what
crazy. I didn't know that they knew him. That's why.
and then did you watch the reunion of that?
I did.
And then you Meg, her name's Meg,
Okay,
isn't
yeah.
yeah, and she has a whole baby.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dang, okay." But, yeah, I hope that they get better. I hope they get better people. They need to go somewhere else. I don't know. They've
Yeah,
gone all
they
around
were
the
in, Denver Star was this last season. They were in Denver.
Really?
and I swear, like, no one was a match on that. No one. Like, I couldn't match anyone with anyone if I had to even choose.
You know,
And
I was really rooting for Megan Jordan, I'm not gonna lie.
I knew it wasn't gonna work because the fact that, like, he was so bothered by her independence and her money and things like that, like, for a man, I don't think that it was ever gonna work.
No. I don't know, I just kept picturing him, like, finally being okay with it. I guess it was the whole, I guess, diabetes connection and her dad, like, I think that just really got to me.
Yeah. Of all the ones I would thought would do it was gonna be them.
Yeah.
But
So I was really rooting for them, but then I was like, "Okay," when the reunion came on, I was like, "Oh, I guess she's happy with her life now," but it was weird the way you know what I mean? Like, she was like, "Oh, yeah, we just met, we're, like, figuring things out," like, I was like, "Oh."
just fast.
Yeah, so I
It's
don't even
very fast.
know because they met and then 3 months later, they got pregnant. But I
Some
did
stuff.
look at her Instagram, yeah, they were celebrating Christmas, you're right, so
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, why haven't they come to Arizona? Probably be also a shit show.
yeah, it
Like,
just be a nightmare.
I'm
yeah.
telling you, they are missing the mark on this. I mean, I have a girlfriend because I used to work in reality TV. When I first moved back home, she reached out to me and she was like, "Hey, we're thinking about producing a show about like the gentleman club space. Do you know anyone or what can you tell me about it?" And so I was like, "Oh, well, probably, because she knew I worked at the club as a bartender, people. But it never went anywhere. And I'm like, that is such a good I just don't know. Arizona, we have people here, okay?
Yeah.
You know, the on Instagram, there's, like I don't know what the Instagram name is called, but it's, like, Crazy Nights in Arizona or something where they post, like, this is Scottsdale on a Saturday night, and they just have interviews with the most drunk people. Oh my god. There's
Terrible.
a whole show about that.
Yes. Seriously, just go to Old Town.
Just go to Old Town, that's where the shoes are off, whatever, like, half hanging off their feet and stuff, and, like, skirts, like, up, underwear's out. I'm like,
Hot mess central.
yeah.
Wild.
But reality shows, I just caught up on Bachelor in Paradise finally because they had, like, not they skipped a whole year, I think, and then they did it in a completely different place,
Oh.
and they tried to do a completely different thing, and I was like, "What?" I did a lot of fast forwarding on that one. They brought in the Goldens,
Mhm. The
like
golden bachelors and bachelorettes,
Wait, what?
the senior citizens.
Yeah. They brought them in?
they brought them in, and I was like, "That's cu" like, I'm glad that they did the Golden Bachelor spinoff. I think that everyone, the older people, they deserve
Yeah.
it too, but in this, like, environment of chaos and drama, I really don't wanna see that. Like, I don't want to feel Like,
Like our 75-year-old ladies are still
yeah, like,
all up in the drama and the chaos.
it's like, oh, I
It's
want
never ending, people.
and, like, just I don't like to think that there's no hope like that, you know? Like, men still playing games and then women still falling for him, like, no.
Yeah, like, get out of here with your nonsense.
Yeah, and I didn't like where they filmed it, like,
Where was it?
it was in Costa Rica this time, but I don't know, it's just it was, like, at a hotel, like, the environment just felt different, and it felt too game showy. They tried to do a lot of, like, perfect match vibes, I feel. They played
Um,
games and, like, relationship games, and then there was money involved, and I was like, "Fucking no, this is not what the show was intended to be." I don't know why they changed it. I don't know why they skipped a year either. I wonder if, like, they weren't having as many viewers or something like that, or the show is going down, but I prefer that show over The Bachelor or Bachelorette. I prefer
hmm.
Bachelor in Paradise.
but not that one.
Yeah, like, if they did that again, I'm like, "No, pass," because it just yeah. It's way the other seasons were way better, but I do like that a lot of those couples are still together.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, the ones that made it to the end as couples are still together, so
Hmm.
I was really sad that Spencer and that girl met immediately because Spencer is my husband, but then
Oh,
they fell in love immediately, and then they're still together now, and I was like, "Okay, well,
Aw.
those silly kids."
well, you still have Freddie. Isn't Freddie single somewhere still?
Yeah, I'm, like, ready to book a flight.
There you go.
Where's he at? Is he in California?
Freddie's in the UK.
Oh, never mind. That is so far.
It's very far. Star's like, "We can go, let's go
I
out
would like
there."
to visit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's the only reality show I've watched lately.
Yeah, I haven't really been caught up on my reality in forever. I will say, when I was in Denver, my brother, he was watching like one of the home reno shows where they team up in pairs. And then, was it called Garage? I don't even know. But they team up in pairs. They all have these four homes to basically compete and like renovate. So they're given a very specific budget and then they're given a certain type of design and they each have to compete and then they bring in a guest to judge them on points and it was pretty cool. I was like getting ideas. Forgot what it was called, but I was like, it's a great show. I'd get HBO for this. Well, at least with my brother's password. Do you
Right.
guys watch any of the home reno shows?
I haven't in a long time, but I do like them a lot. I think the last one I watched was with Tyler from The Bachelor.
No way.
He had a little show. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was like,
Uh-uh.
"Yes, I will be watching this," and it was so cute.
Mm.
I feel like when I'm watching a home reno show, like if I'm with family or something, I'm like, okay, now I'm in. But if I'm sitting down to turn on the TV, that's never where I go. I always go to true crime over everything. What's happening in the world
Oh,
of murder and death?
well, speaking of fake crime, there's these shows that this guy does. I wanna say his name's, like, Harlan Coben or Harlan Cohen. I'm gonna look it up. And he has, like, tons of limited series on Netflix. He has them all the time, and, let me see what this one was called. Harlan Coben. And, they're always limited series, they're, like, 8 episodes, and they're always, like, some sort of crime-related thing, like, someone goes missing, and they're solving some sort of mystery. Usually, they're pretty predictable, you know what I mean? But I love them. I think they're perfect 8-episode, short and sweet. They keep you on your toes, and so I just watched one, and then I just started another one. But I've watched probably almost all of the ones he has on Netflix.
Really? I just Googled his shows. I feel like I've seen maybe Fool Me Once, but I have to look into them.
And
They're like
Still
thriller type of
England.
shows.
Yeah. Like, the last one I watched was, like, this guy's daughter went missing, so he's looking for his daughter. They think that she's, been taken by her boyfriend or being held against her will by her boyfriend or whatever,
Is
and
that one brand new?
yeah,
I
it's
saw the previews for that. It's on my list.
okay, I won't say much more than that, but it gets all wild about, like, the drugs, and the dad tries to find her, and it's just like
Yeah. Even with the preview, it looks like it kind of goes all over the place. So,
yeah, it's pretty I just like them. I think some people are like, "Oh, they're so predictory." I think they're just the perfect amount of predictory and not predictory where you're still like, "Oh, shit, really?" Like but, yeah, I do like those for little mini series especially.
I love a mini series. And then the last show I'll talk about, because you and I were talking about it, I'd never heard of it before. Adam Brody was in a show they just put on Netflix called Startup. Annoying because they had 3 seasons and it just got abruptly canceled. And I watched all 3 seasons in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, how dare you cancel this show on me?" But it's so good.
It was good, and I feel like it was getting really good towards that end, and then they just ended it, and I was like, "Dang," because that was, like, right at the time where you're like, "Shit, like, what's gonna happen now?"
Yeah, every season after it ended, you just wanted to keep every episode. It was so good. I'm like, Adam Brody was producing it, Ron Perlman was producing it. What happened?
Dropped the ball on Adam Brody, like, that you fumbled that man. Jacked
Paul
it.
was like, "That's the same guy from what's this show that he's in right now that we watch with
Um,
the blonde gal?
oh my god, is my favorite show I watched.
Nobody wants
Nobody
this."
Wants This. Yeah.
Paul was like, "That's the same guy from that show."
Yeah.
How can you not tell? It's Adam Brody. Yes, it's definitely him. He looks exactly the same as he did from the OC.
Yep. What's that? The Gilmore Girls? So sweet. Adam Brody, little Adam Brody and the Gilmore
Was
Girls.
he in that too?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
I know
much good TV.
Paisley's like I had never watched the Gilmore Girls until this last fall. Paisley's watching the Gilmore Girls. I think she's watched all the seasons at least twice. Like a
Aw,
serial. If she likes something, she's watching Glee for the 5th time. She
really?
will watch stuff over and over again. So, I'm watching Gilmore Girls for the first time with her because she has it on, and I go, "Oh my gosh, it's Adam Brody." She's like
Love
I'm like,
him.
"Listen."
He's the best. He's the
Yeah,
best.
but no, she likes the bad boys. And I'm like, "Mm-mm." Oh, she liked Chad Michael Murray. Oh, I was like, "Chad Michael Murray?" Yes, we gotta show One Tree Hill.
He's making a comeback. He was in Freakier Friday, super cute
Yes.
movie. You guys watch it. Takes me back to teens. So cute.
And, I don't know if I told you about this, he's in some little series too on Netflix.
Ed Gein,
What'd you
freaky
say?
Ed Gein. He's Ed Gein in Monster. Oh, that's not what
Um,
you're talking.
no,
Chad
Oh no,
that's
that's not Chad Montgomery. That's the other guy.
That's Charlie Hunnam.
Lee Hunnam is who I'm
Ah,
thinking of.
okay, that guy.
Chad
Yeah,
Michael Murray
because
and it's like sweet little it's called Creek something or something Creek, and he's in that, and he's just like such a sweetie pie in that, and I'm like, "Oh, you're the same."
musical crushes are coming back because I saw
I'm
who
looking
was the who was the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer? Because they did the remake of that movie, and now Josh Hartnett, he's in so many movies, you guys.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Him?
Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr. Okay, I'm confusing him with Josh Hartnett.
Freddie
What?
Prinze Jr.?
Yeah, what's he in?
Josh Hartnett? He
No.
was in I don't know about Freddie Prinze Jr. I meant Josh Hartnett.
Oh, you meant Josh Hart. Oh,
He wasn't in that other movie.
okay.
You guys didn't like Josh Hartnett? Oh my god, he was the most beautiful human on earth.
I mean, I wouldn't say like that's not the most beautiful one to me, but yes, I do. It's so cute. What,
In high school, I had a mirror, big ass picture of Josh Hartnett. And I was so mad. I think he was dating Mandy Moore, and I was like,
he's in a scary movie, right? Not
yes,
what is that movie?
the one with his daughter. That was a creepy. Yeah, he played a creepy man. I was like, how dare you?
The Trap movie?
Uh huh.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
That one.
Another one I thought. I'm looking. Nope, he's that must not be who I'm thinking of.
He was in a couple, but
I wanna say it was like some, like, literally a horror movie. But anyway,
thanks for chatting with me, ladies. I've clearly loved TV.
Anytime, girl.
I like these chats because 'cause they're as if we're just, like, all sitting at home, like, just hanging out and just chatting about our little things.
I know.
My favorite.
Too. Ladies, please share with a friend.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon. Drop in the comments, I guess, your favorite. I want to know your
I want to know
favorite.
what you're watching.
Amen, sister.
Until next time.
Bye.